A lot of people choose to move abroad when they're young and presumably have fewer ties and responsibilities.
Or when they're older as a retirement choice.
We're Blake and Brittany, and we think the perfect time to move abroad is when you have kids at home.
Here are 5 reasons why. Number 1, it's a natural icebreaker.
Parenthood is a human experience, and it seamlessly crosses cultures and borders. Kids are kids all over the world, and parents are parents. And all parents sort of share similar hopes and fears for their kids.
So relating to people over children is a very natural and comfortable thing to do.
Here in Ecuador, kids are really loved and celebrated, and family is very important. So we feel approval when we're out in public as a family, which is something we did not feel, especially in the Pacific Northwest, which is where we moved from.
So there's more dogs than children.
Yes. Even with no Spanish at all here, you can connect to someone parent to parent just by a smile at a child, a knowing nod at another parent over some child's antics.
Yeah. For example, we were at a town festival last year and all the adults were sitting in the stands watching dances and various sketches and things like that. But there was this snack vendors and bouncy houses set up around town. So our kids kept coming up to us, squeezing through everyone, right? Sitting in the stands to ask us for 25 cents or 50 cents.
And we'd, sigh and kind of roll our eyes and search our pockets for a few coins, and off the kids would go.
We were not the only parents being subjected to this, of course. Off and on throughout the evening, kids would pop up around us and hold out their little hands to their parents, asking for 25 centavos or un dolarito.
And it was the same story, a big sigh, digging in the pockets for coins, happy kids bounding off. And the parents, we'd catch each other's eye and share a shrug and a knowing look and a smile. It was all in good fun. And there was this connection because we could relate to each other over this universal thing. Kids asking for money so they could go off and have fun.
Yeah. Number 2, helps us get to know the culture on a deeper level. If we are going to pick one element of our life that has truly been a crash course in culture, it's absolutely school.
So we continued homeschooling for the first couple of years here, which is what we had done in the United States. But for a number of reasons, we chose to enroll the kids in the village public school last year.
It's been very eye-opening. We've been exposed to so many fascinating cultural distinctions that we would have remained pretty ignorant of, or at least had less clear picture of if it weren't for school at all.
Like the fact that in Ecuador, the local community is expected to step in and fill in whatever gaps are left by the government.
We recognize this tendency in other levels of society now, but it first came to our attention at school when we started having to show up for obligatory parent work days called mingas, where literally everyone brings a paintbrush and a machete and we get things done.
And there was this bureaucratic hang-up this past year, so they shut down the school snack bar. There was no one to run it. So instead of just not having a snack bar, all of a sudden we get messages that the moms are responsible for showing up and making the snack bar happen.
You did not like that.
I did not like that. I have a job. I can't go hang out at school all day. And the food I make would have been weird in the Ecuadorian snack bar setting.
Yes.
Foreign food.
Foreign food. They've got a very specific thing they're looking for. But another thing we've learned is there's always a workaround. And so we were able to contract a friend of ours to step in when Brittany had her turn for the snack bar.
So through school, we've gained new perspectives on religion, family life, the rural-urban dichotomy, and just the average struggles of average Ecuadorian families and their hopes for the future. And we're not learning all this just from helping the kids do their homework, though we actually learn a lot from that too. This is just from being school parents and doing life alongside other school parents.
And despite all the distinctions, it's been proven to us again and again that people are people, no matter where you are. And Ecuador has all types, just like anywhere else.
We've learned a lot from observing our fellow padres de familia and the interactions of them, and also by beginning to carve out our own kind of school parent identity.
Yes. Okay. Number 3, forces us into new experiences. Dentists and doctors? playgrounds, and birthday parties.
So being parents in a foreign country has forced us to experience that country in ways we never would have, most likely, if it were just us.
Yeah, no, 100%. We're generally more homebodies than intrepid explorers, but the kids are great at motivating us to get out and do fun and interesting things, right?
Or forcing us to.
Forcing us to. As well as to figure out
Yeah.
things like, what doctor do we want to see, or the mysteries of birthday party etiquette in Ecuador. And now we know way more about Ecuadorian football, soccer, than we ever wanted to know. Number 4, we get to be friends with our kids' friends' parents.
So a lot of our friendships with locals started with our kids being friends and then grew into our families being friends, which is, a common thing all over the world, really. And it's the best because everyone likes hanging out together. The kids can run off to play and the adults can hang out, and it's just awesome.
And now when we go out to town events, we have lots of people to talk to.
And people miss us when we're not there, which is lovely.
It is. Well, we've made great friends through other means, just normal
Other
life.
contexts.
Yeah. The tried and true kids' friends' parents has made our lives fuller and more fun, right? And more of that trenches mentality,
Yeah.
right? We're kind of in it together.
And number 5, it's made our family closer. Sharing this life and this adventure as a family has brought us closer and tightened our familial bonds.
Yeah, no, together we've navigated lots of challenges
We've experienced discomfort.
and discovered countless new wonders.
Expanding our family's horizons caused us to cement some core values and solidify our Bowen identity.
Yeah.
Sort of like, okay, there are other ways of doing this, but this is our way.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely helped us cement us as a family, right? And again, kind of that trenches mentality, the same. And so it's been an amazing thing. So if you are wondering if you need to defer your living abroad dreams until your children are grown and have lives of their own, we've hoped to convince you a little that there's no time like the present.
But really, the best time to move abroad is when you step on the plane.
So like and share this video, subscribe to Average Family Abroad to follow along on more of our Ecuadorian adventures. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.